What's up everyone, my name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and for today's episode we are going over the Solomon 72 Cameo action figure brought to you by Orange Cat Industry. Now I got no clue about the brand Solomon 72. I don't know its lore. If you guys do know about it, let me know down in the comments, write a quick summary. The reason I got her is that she's basically 50% off at Big Bad Toy Store. And I got a thing for anime girls, I got a thing for elves. So I thought she would make a good addition to what I so far got for my imports, which is only the Lana Figma figure. So now that I went through my reasonings, I'm gonna go through the package. As you guys see, it shows a clear window box showing the Cameo action figure as well as all of the accessories and faceplates. Cameo Solomon 72 written right there, and you get a nice product shot of the Cameo figure, nicely cut out too. So I do like that. To the top, it shows the Cameo action figure basically attacking. Looks good. To the bottom, basically the same thing. To the left hand side, it does say Cameo. To the right hand side, some nice artwork of Cameo. To the back, we now got barcode, legalities, warnings, and several product shots of the Cameo action figure. Now that we went through the package, come on guys, looks pretty good, right? Now that we went through the package though, let's open it up and check out the figure. And here we got the Cameo figure outside of the package. She got a good spread of accessories. She looks pretty dang awesome, but I got a huge problem, guys, when it comes to this figure. But before, delving into the good and the bad, we're gonna give her a quick measurement. And as you can see, she stands almost at 6 inches. So she does have a little height on her. 6 inches is not much for Marvel Legends, but for an import figure, yeah, that's pretty tall. I thought she would scale more like a Figma and all of that. Don't get me wrong, I like the height. Now, for what came in the package, you do have the display stand. And all the hinges right here are not loose. They got, they hold their weight pretty dang well. You do got swivel right there at the base, and there is a logo, BODYTEC right there at the bottom, and it does have some embossment. And trust me guys, you're gonna need this because although she is able to stand, as you guys can see, those heels do not help much at all. So this is appreciated. Now she also comes with some instructions, and both sides are the same thing. So I'm just gonna show you one side. Right there you see commodity content, replacement, and replacement instructions. So give that a look through if you do get the figure because it's a little fragile. I'll go into that a little later. But first, let's see, not the accessories yet. I'm getting too far ahead of myself. We're gonna go with this envelope. Nice gold lettering. The envelope itself has a nice feel to it. But you're probably wondering, what's inside the envelope, Ron? Yeah. So you're welcome for that. Now for the stuff that actually is meant for Cameo, she got 3 pairs of hands and all of them got great detail. They got the pinstripes right there, painted nicely. The gold ring on each finger, beautiful, which is something I'll say about this figure, guys. The gold on it, I love it. I love it a lot. Let me just show you the hands right here. So there's these that symbolize like a peace sign. We also got a couple of open hands right here. Same paint application and all of that. Really nicely done. Now we also got a pair of gripping hands. Again, that gold ring looks awesome. The pins are pretty neat. The pinstripes, I mean. So, I'm happy with those hands. But, some parts of this figure can be removed. Like the gauntlets and all those little blue pieces. So, the gauntlets are a bit on the big side. If you don't want them, you could remove them and put on these bracelets for her. Again, that beautiful gold. They are rather tiny, so be careful on losing it. That's why I'll put it right back there. Now, Speaking of the gold, guys, it's done great with this sword. There's nice sculpt on the hilt. There is a green gemstone right there at the bottom. The plastic itself is not flimsy, but it's not super rigid. The silver used for the blade looks awesome, and it then gradients into a nice metallic red. Pretty sharp at the top too. I really like how this sword came out, and if you're wondering like how tall it is, it's about her height. Really awesome looking sword, so I am happy with this. Now for the final stuff that she comes with, we got some alternate faceplates. And again, the paint on this figure, I do enjoy. Check out those eyes. That's pretty dang neat. There is some light airbrushing at the very top of her eyes right there. A little faint, but it is there in order to, mimic eyeshadow. We got an angry face and we got a more cute / happy face. The face that she does come, whoops, you see what I told you about those heels? One thing I want to say, guys. All right. As you saw, that was easily poppable, and I'm going to get into that. First, I wanted to show this neutral face. If you guys want to see how that is removed, we could just be careful with it. Let me put this one right here while we slowly take this out. And you do got a peg to put the faceplate on, and once you do put it on, the last piece of the puzzle is putting on her hair. Now, like you just saw, this head comes off easily. I wanted to mention that. That's my gripe, guys. This right here, let me see if I could get a good grip in order to pop it out. All right, I'll take that out later. But this was actually glued onto that top part of the neck. It's really just a ball for the articulation for her head. So I don't understand why it wasn't just one piece. Instead, we got this stick that was glued on here and super lazily glued on, guys. I mean, I was really careful with this figure and it still managed to pop off. So do be aware of that, because I wanted to just, remove this, see how she looked. And yeah, now I gotta crazy glue it back on there. It's a minor fix, but I'm just letting you guys know. And as you saw, the blue pieces are removable, and it got a nice white dry brushing on all of them. For the head itself, let's put it right back on the body though. Yeah, for the head itself, I like the overall look. I like the hair, the sculpt of it, which by the way got a nice gradient also to a lighter blue at the bottom. There is a nice gradient on the horns for the reds right there, which looks great. The gold, yeah, like I said, guys, the gold is pretty damn beautiful. These parts for her hair are flimsy enough to put it in front of the ear or behind the ear. There is also shading throughout the hair itself. Very light, but you do see it. Speaking of shading, she does got shading all throughout her body, at least the parts where, there's like creases or stuff. Like you got some a little bit right there around the chest, some right there where her skin meets her outfit. A little bit. Very faint to see. The one that actually looks like the most is that knee. So that sticks out a little bit. That nice shading, but yeah, right there they kind of went a little overboard. For the outfit itself, check out that nice metallic red. I love it. I love with the medals, what they did with the medals. These gauntlets and everything got a nice green right here. By the way, the gauntlets and these parts are separate pieces. And again, a lot of things could be removed. The gauntlets, the blue stuff. The pinstripes are neat. The shoes got a nice color. the overall look, how curvy she is. Yeah, come on, right? I like this figure a lot. The blue outline does not miss the mark. There's not much going on in the back. Or is there? So I like how the figure looks, guys. Is basically what I'm saying. That was a bummer, but again, it's easily fixable. So overall, how it looks, yeah, I love it. Now, when it comes to articulation, though, you guys already saw what was going on in the neck. It's really just a ball up there. And although it's a ball, it doesn't give you much back because of the hair. The hair impedes it. Forward does give you some. You do get good tilt, though. And, of course, you're going to get rotation, but, again, the hair impedes it. Now, other than the head, which was a ball joint, most of the body are ball hinges. So the shoulder right here, if you tuck right there and go up above T-pose, guys. Let me remove this part because you actually kind of got to grab it a little tight in order to make this part work. There is a bicep cut, guys, as you guys see. So that works. Ball hinge for the elbows. That with the gauntlet gets you that much range. I'm going to show you how it does without the gauntlet, though. Now, without the gauntlet, better range. Not all the way, but that's good. And of course, because it is a ball hinge, you do get some swivel there. Now, ball hinge for the wrist, that gets you swivel. And of course, a hinge. And one thing other than the neck, guys, is pretty much every piece of this figure could be dismantled. So, pretty easily too. There are a pair of ball joints right there for the torso. And that actually gives you a little bit of good range. Let's put that right back. Let's put her head back. Now, aim, and I'm leaning back. Not too much because, again, the hair impedes it. Leaning forward, not too much because her, impedes it. But side by side, she does get some, and you do get rotation. There are, again, ball joints for the legs that allow her to split pretty good. I'm not mad with that. Kicking forward. Hold up a second, guys. That's one thing also I'll say about this figure is, yeah, there we go. It's a little cumbersome, but it kicks straight enough. Going back, yeah, that's a lot. And she does got a thigh cut. And I like that they cleverly hit it with her stocking right here, which, by the way, is beautiful. I like that green, guys. Yeah, I like the colors in this figure a lot. But anyway, the thigh cut does work. There is double jointed knees, pinless if you're interested, that get you great range, and you do get some swivel there as well. Ball joints for the ankles that forward this much, back this much, and depending how you angle it and everything, you get your pivot. So, look wise, I like it, guys. Tell you the truth. Articulation, not bad at all. Now, how easily parts could get dismantled and everything, that's where my true gripe is at. But now that we went through the figure though, let's see how she compares with other lines. And our first comparison will be with what I think is the most compatible out of the figures in my collection, which is this Lana Figma figure. They both got anime look, they're both import figures, but like I said earlier, Camio is a little on the tall side, so they are a little out of scale, but you could fudge it by saying that Lana is her younger sister or something. From here on out, the comparisons are basically for fun because I mostly just got domestic figures. So, here we got her with the G.I.Joe Classified Series line with Lady J on the left and Supreme Cobra Commander on the right. Now, Styles aside, just going by scaling, I love it. It looks like she scales perfectly with G.I. Joe Classified series because she's the exact same height as Lady J, and side by side with Cobra Commander, doesn't look bad at all. And here we got her next to some Marvel Legends series, X-Men 90s, animated series, VHS box set figures with Wolverine right there on the left and Cyclops on the right. And just like the last comparison, I think this scaling wise works. And to tell you the truth, them having brighter colors and everything, the overall look, I don't mind that at all. I think it looks very good. And for our final comparison, we had to push up the scaling just a little bit with a couple of 1/10 scale figures. Right there on the left is the Marvel Select Iceman, and on the right is the McFarlane Toys Batman White Knight, I believe. Now, side by side with Batman, I actually think still works. Side by side with Iceman, she is a little undersized, but you gotta remember she is an elf. You know, depending on what you believe the height of an elf should be, I think it's still fudgeable. So in conclusion, I gotta say guys that those side pieces by the side of her thighs, they cause paint rub, and bad paint rub. Not only that, but one of them fell off in the middle of a picture unwarranted. I didn't touch it or nothing, it just fell off. So the glue is a bit questionable on this figure. If I would have paid the full price, guaranteed I would have been upset. But because I caught it on sale 50% off and it does have good paint applications and all of that, and it looks great, you know, I'm not too upset about it, but it is disappointing. If you guys are interested in the figure, I will leave a link down in the descriptions. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like, comment, and subscribe, because all of that stuff helps out the channel. My name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and I'll check you guys on the next episode. Peace.